Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be. Today is Thanksgiving Day here in the U.S. Big day for us to gorge ourselves on turkey and other things that we shouldn't be eating so much of. But wanted to do a live stream today just to talk about Black Friday deals and, of course, the shipping if there's any other information, which I don't have any other than some numbers that I heard on the Grays of Westminster's uh, podcast yesterday. Before we get started, anybody that happens to be in here, just drop a comment so we know you're in here, and let's get started with some chat. So Black Friday deals are still going on. There's still some great opportunities to pick up things that you probably hesitated on buying or maybe waiting for sales. And I see people talk about that throughout the year. They're waiting for Black Friday to get this or get that, especially on the software packages. And there's some pretty good deals out there. Myself, I just picked up or upgraded my DxO Nick collection. I do use those filters for creative photos and things like that. And there are a couple of real good filters in there. Rather than frequency separation, I use their dynamic skin softener, and it's very flexible, so you don't have to get that or work it until you have that plastic skin look. Using the opacity slider in ACR, it gives you the opportunity. I'm sorry, in Photoshop, it gives you the opportunity to tailor it to what you think looks best without it looking terrible. So, just letting everybody know that those deals are on. If you would like to see those deals or what's available, head on over to nikonrumors.com. Peter is always updating the site, and he always picks up all the deals that deal with photography, videography, and stuff like that. So, quite a few deals out there. Real good deal on, again, DxO. They've got a great deal going on all their products. Topaz has deals on their products. Um, Capture One is running a special right now for Black Friday. If you haven't invested in Capture One because you just didn't want to pay that outlandish price up front, they have both the license feature, which you own the software after you purchase it, and there are some things that maybe aren't the best when you buy the license. It means that you will have to pay for an upgrade at some point in time. However, it seems like throughout the year, and especially on Black Friday, Capture One does a real good job of offering those that have the license the opportunity to upgrade when you need to. Um, so they have the subscription based purchase as well. It's up to you and what you want to purchase. I'll say this also: if you shoot Sony, Fuji, or Nikon, they have Fuji specific, Nikon specific, and Sony specific packages that you can purchase that are cheaper than the larger bundle that covers all brands. Unfortunately, right now, I don't see Canon as one of the specific packages that you can buy, but you can buy the total package, and then you have access to raw files in all brands. So I purchased Capture One, not necessarily for editing. I would like to eventually get to a point where I believe Capture One will handle any heavy lifting that I've got in editing. Right now, I have it specifically for tethering. It's in my opinion, a much better tethering platform than Lightroom. Lightroom gave me a problem when the Z6 II came out and they didn't support it for tethering. Went to Capture One, and it was already in the Capture One package for Nikon. Um, so if you haven't shopped around, you only have a few days left on some of these products. You may want to get out there now and pick up the things that you were hoping to get and hoping to catch on sale on Black Friday. Small Rig has a new cage out for the Z9. It's a modular design. Looks pretty good. I like it. If you're going to shoot a lot of video and things like that, and you need peripherals, small rig cages are fantastic for that. And they have all the different pieces and parts to build the cage however you want, with handles and other mount points, and especially if you're going to mount maybe an Atomos Ninja 5 or something like that to the camera. when you're out doing run and gun. They offer mounts for the Adamus Ninja 5. It's just, if you haven't looked at small rig, it's probably a real good idea to check them out, especially for all your camera brackets and things like that, and reasonable prices for the majority of it as well. So, well, let me jump over here real quick. I'll throw this up on the screen. So here is the NikonRumors.com site. And if you go to the main page and just scroll down, you'll see all the different Black Friday deals that are out there. Just scroll down to Black Friday. And as you can see, there are just lots of deals available to photographers, videographers. And here's your opportunity to get it at a better price. Not just that, but lenses, cameras, everything. Peter does a real good job of providing all the links to who has these items, or you can go directly to any of the vendors' pages and see the same thing. So that's entirely up to everybody that is out there shopping. But here's your one-stop shop for most of the deals that are available. If you have more, he'd love to know about it. Drop a comment on his site just to let him know what you found if it's not listed already. So, all right. So, shipping. I did hear something on Grays of Westminster about the Z9 shipping. Well, I don't know if it's about shipping, but take this with a grain of salt. Grays put it out. They talked to, or I don't know if they talked to, or I can't remember what they said, but the largest camera store in China says they already have over 26,000 pre-orders for the Z9. Yeah, I know we've been through this number thing before, 700,000 and producing up to 35,000 cameras a month, and all that got corrected. But they're pretty confident that this information is true. And if that's the case, man, it's going to put a hurt on the market across the world, across the globe. I'm sure the U.S. has, if you add all the camera stores or Nikon authorized dealers here in the U.S., I'm sure it's a great number as well. But from one store, 26,000 plus pre-orders. It is a bit hard to believe, but if true, there's going to be a long wait for this camera. And anybody that wanted it, I hope that they pre-ordered as soon as they could. I know there are a lot of people out there that aren't going to, are going to wait, and they want, well, I don't know what they want, but you know, you have all the people out there that love what they see, but they doubt what, I don't know, the capabilities of the camera. So if you didn't order pre-order early, then I don't know what to tell you. It looks like it's going to be a long wait for those that do want that camera. Even if you pre-ordered early, it's probably going to be, well, I don't know. Who knows? Based on the numbers that Nikon, well, they didn't provide. I guess they acknowledged one of the rumors out there that there would be 3,500 cameras produced per month. And if that's the case, and they've been in production for a couple of months, that's not a lot of cameras to go around. So don't get upset when, even though you pre-ordered and it was maybe an hour after the links were available, if you don't get a camera in that first batch. I'm even doubting whether I'll get my camera, and I've been on a waiting list since March of this year. So hopefully everybody that wants one's going to get one soon. Hopefully Nikon ramps up production based on the numbers that they're hearing for pre-orders. All the dealers have probably already notified Nikon with what they want for their initial stock. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I haven't heard any other news that the dates changed or anything else. And I'll just go back and talk about one of my commenters talked about the B&H waiting list and how they expect on the 15th, when the camera should ship, they're not even going to be able to ship all that they have in that same day. It may be the next day. So if they've got that many that they can't ship them all in one day, and that's hard to believe for B&H as big as they are, and as automated as their system is, that you wouldn't get it even if the camera's there waiting for you. So again, just another indicator of how popular this camera is. I think this is one time when Nikon lives up to the hype. A lot of people are still going to doubt, but here before too long, in just a few weeks, maybe the cameras are out in the hands of General Joe, just those of us that are just general photographers or whatever. And that may be the convincing piece to everybody deciding they want it or not. It's not going to be on the shelf in the next 6 months. It's going to, I predict right now that as fast as dealers get them, they're going to fly out the door. So if you haven't pre-ordered and you think you might want it in 6 months, you need to do it now. All right. Hey, T-Mid, how you doing, buddy? Looking for some deals as I type this. So I know you've probably been over to Nikon Rumors. It's just a good starting point. It's not the all in all. Peter does a real good job of trying to keep it up to date. But if you scroll down the page, he's got his Black Friday deals up there with all the links, dealers, and everybody that are offering these lenses, cameras. And it's not just Nikon, it's everything. Software packages are available. There are some decent deals there. As I said in the very beginning, I just updated my Nick collection. And because I already have the subscription or whatever you call it for Nick, I just updated it to the latest, and I think it costs $39. So that's not bad for an update on that. And it is some software that I use quite often. Some of the filters are kind of wonky and things like that. It can get out of control, but there are some real good filters in there for good starting points to tweak photos that you want to do something creatively with. And I enjoyed your video your live stream last night, T-Mid. I hope I didn't comment too much and drive everybody crazy, but that was a great topic and I enjoyed it. So anybody joining that doesn't know T-Mid, you need to get over to his channel, subscribe. He has some great topics, not just live photo shoots and things like that, but the man's a computer genius, and you might even ask a question if you need help with some of your photo software and things like that. And that's what his live stream was about last night. What computer works best, or just asking the audience what they have and talking about the limitations they're encountering with certain software and things like that. So especially with all these high megapixel cameras right now and video becoming such a big buzz, trying to discuss what works best for editing each and where the limitations are in the platform that you might be using. So really interesting. I enjoyed it. So I'd hope that there might be some folks in here, considering we don't have a lot to do on a day like today. I shouldn't say that. Some people do. But typically today here in America, this is a chance to kick back. A lot of people are going to drink, watch football, and wait for the big turkey dinner. It can be a boring day for a lot of people, so I thought I'd jump in here at this time slot and just see if anybody was around and wanted to discuss what they've heard or what they've purchased with the Black Friday deals and things like that. So anybody that has found something that isn't listed on Peter's page, drop it in the chat. Let us know. If it's after the live stream ends, drop it in a comment. Let everybody know so everybody else can get a good deal on something that they may be looking for. So, all right. So who do we have? Anybody in here now? What are your Thanksgiving Day plans if you're here in the U.S.? I know that all the listeners or followers around the globe don't necessarily celebrate this day, but hopefully you've partaken in some of the great Black Friday deals, at least, that are available, and that's global. So, all right. Nobody. We have nobody. This may have been a bad idea of this time slot. Just wanted to jump in because I know this evening everybody will be busy. Maybe we'll jump in again this evening and see if more people are around and want to chat about what they've actually picked up. All right. So that's all the information that I've gleaned from videos and everything else that I've watched, live streams, and I've watched here for the last week. Again, shipping is the big thing on the Z9. If you've got any insider tip, even if it's just a good rumor on what's going on with shipping, um, or anything that you've heard, even if it's just, he said, she said information about something somebody got from their local camera store. And that would be just as interesting to find out what people are hearing from the store that they frequent, not just the giant box stores, but what's your local camera shop, if that's where you pre ordered? What are they saying? I just, again, have a feeling, well, had a feeling before it was even launched that this was going to be one of those D800, D850 moments where people are complaining, complaining, complaining. They don't want to be a beta tester, and then they're complaining, complaining, complaining because they have to wait for the camera to ship or stock to stores to restock the camera body that they're looking for. I remember the D850, it took forever, I think, to get in the hands of most people. And again, if you didn't go out and research, find, and jump on an opportunity to pre-order, then it's really kind of your fault. And everybody's going to point a finger at Nikon and say, well, they just never produce enough, blah, blah, blah. Uh, all of us would like to see them producing probably 50,000 cameras a month, but it is what it is. If you didn't jump on it early, then you're just going to have to put up with the wait. It's all I can say. So, I see we have nobody in here right now, unless you're lurking, and that's fine as well. Hope you would join us though and pass on some information, and again talk about what it is that you purchased. I'm still looking at Capture One for an update there. I have Capture One 21. Uh, I would like to update to 2022. That update is going to be available until next month, but we'll see what they come out. Maybe they have another opportunity to buy it with a discount when the new update comes out. Because again, I am a license holder for Capture One Pro 21, and I actually found a great deal on that back over the summer, and it was Capture Pro 20 with the opportunity to upgrade when 21 came out. So it wasn't over the summer. Maybe that was back last fall. But anyway, I purchased it. It is a great platform for tethering. There, in T-Mid's video last night, there are people that would prefer to use Lightroom, and that's fine. It's all in what you find works best for you. I just found that Capture One had a few more options in tethering. It gave you a little bit more capability when you're tethering. And again, it seems to have new cameras available before Adobe ever gets around to updating their products to recognize those programs. It also recognized RAW photos from the Z6 II before Adobe ever got around to providing that. So it is a good platform. It is there is a learning curve if you want to use it to edit. And one of the things that I really like about it in tethering is you can do quick edits that don't affect the photo, but see what you're working with when you're tethering and shooting. Uh, you have the opportunity to change exposure, which may help you with your lighting and things like that. Or at least you have a great idea of what you're starting with when you go into your editing workflow with any other software that's out there. So I can at least tell you that, yeah, it worked real well for me. I would like to get away from the Adobe subscription, and who wouldn't? I don't know that Capture One is the platform to do that yet, and it may be. I just haven't really spent enough time in it. You at least have all the options that you would find in ACR, and then it goes beyond that and kind of reaches into what Photoshop offers as well. So you just have to maybe download the free trial, try it, and see how it works for you. Uh, it is going to be a quiet day for me. I got the turkey in the oven. That should be finished here in a couple of hours, and then it's just a matter of putting all the other stuff out, and we're going to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner here, a quiet Thanksgiving dinner. Don't have all the kids, grandkids, and friends and everybody else this year. And it has nothing to do with COVID. It just has to do with the fact that everybody's doing their own thing. And I'm happy for that. I hope you're having a good day today. Whether you're here in the US or abroad, wherever you happen to be, I hope it's going to be a good day or it's a good evening wherever you may be, Europe or whatever. And I really appreciate over the last few weeks everybody that's jumped in and supported the channel. I'm not here on YouTube to make a bunch of money. Yeah, that'd be wonderful, but that's not my goal. I just want to have fun. I want to get people chatting. And one of the big things that I'd really like to see is the opportunity for Nikon to get some recognition. And I'm going to push that all that I can. Anything that I find that's being produced with Nikon products, I'm definitely going to make sure that that gets out there via this little live stream channel that I do. Nikon just doesn't get the recognition it should. And I think anybody that shoots Nikon realizes that. I'm not trying to change influencers' minds. They are what they are. They're going to push the brand that they love for whatever reason. And that's fine. I don't have anything against Sony cameras or Canon cameras or Fuji or anything else. I just prefer Nikon. And in our Nikon chats, if you ever join, not just me, but anybody else, one of the things that we'll always talk about is the color. That's something that each individual has to decide what they prefer. But at least with Nikon, I feel that their color science is better than even Canon. And I know a lot of people, Canon shooters, want to talk about Canon colors too. Sony's had some problems in the past. It seems like their color science is getting better. Not picking on Sony, it's just the way it is. And yes, everything can be edited. I get that. But it's so nice to have a real good base to work from rather than having to change tint, color, and everything else in a photo. So that's what we talk about most of all, and any other photography news. And again, just to build a community where people can come and opine in the chat. We listen to it. We're not picking on anybody, and we just want to have a good time, promote the product that we love, and also help each other talk about different things. So just hoping everybody gets a chance to take a moment and drop a comment, especially if you find something that nobody's talking about. By all means, pass it on to us. Not just that, but links to sites or YouTube pages that also demonstrate how they're using Nikon, and especially with video and anything like that. It's so important that we get the video aspects out there. Nikon obviously wasn't known as a video centric camera or hybrid camera, although I think all that's changing. The Z6, Z6 II, Z7, Z7 II do a great job in video. It just doesn't get any recognition. A lot of that centers around people that want autofocus, even in video. It seems that the new generation coming up doesn't believe in pulling focus, and that's fine as well. But I think Nikon's cracked the nut on that. The Z9 is proof, and we're going to really see that in the next few generations of cameras that come about. If you've got a camera that you'd like to see next, whether it's a Z8, and we don't know if it'll be the Z8, but the D850 or Z7-ish camera coming out after the Z9, drop your comments of what you'd like to see in it. I don't know if they're going to build a DX Pro model like the D500, but if they do, what would you like to see in that? It's a great time to be in Nikon. A year ago, it was kind of where are we going, Nikon? What are we doing? And I think that had their marketing been better a year, 2 years ago, we might not have been as concerned, because we're mushrooms in the Nikon camp. We stay in the dark until they, drop a little sunlight, and it's always at the last minute. But hopefully we'll see what's coming down the road. I think it's a little bit too early now with the Z9 launch and not being in anybody's hands yet. Nikon has said with some very vague comments that yes, we're going to see more and more, and the pace is going to pick up a little bit, but not just in the camera bodies to come and everything else, also in the firmware updates. And they've proven so far with the mirrorless cameras, the Z system, that they're willing to continue to do firmware updates. And they're not just fixes for bugs, they're also providing a little more capability, as in the 3.40 firmware update for the Z6 and Z7. And Z6 2, Z7 2 coming next. And I think that we're going to see something pretty significant in that firmware update, considering there is a little more processing power in those cameras. So I don't know what your likes and desires are, or what your hopes are in not just the firmware updates, but the cameras coming. Again, drop a comment and talk about what you would like to see or what you think is coming. And again, back to any rumors that you get. Hey, we're all about spread the rumor in here. Everybody can decide whether they want to believe it or not. And especially right now on hands-on getting that Z9 in our hands. All right, folks, I don't see anybody else dropping in. It may be just that everybody's too busy. Anybody that missed this and would like to really get into a chat later this evening, I'm all about that too. All you have to do is drop a comment as soon as this drops as a video on YouTube. And we'll jump in here again tonight and really get it going. Maybe give everybody opportunity to digest all, especially here in the U.S., digest all that food after a big binge day on Thanksgiving. All right, people, I really appreciate those that have dropped in. I really appreciate those that have subscribed. And if you enjoy just chatting about cameras and whatnot, join us in our live streams. I say us, it's not just me. Thank you. And I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, if that applies, or just a wonderful day, evening, or night, wherever you may be. God bless you all. We'll talk maybe tonight. Just drop a comment.